All right, we've all gathered. The only prop that I was thinking of using was a block or a roll or something to hold between your legs for abs work. We'll do twisting abs with block. Can be done without the prop, of course. And then if you have your usual yoga toys, something to sit on. Blocks or block substitutes for things like runners, lunges, and triangles. We'll get started. So first several breaths are yours. Any position. That gives your belly and rib cage room to move with the breath. Ujjayi sound is optional. I find it a helpful tool. So all of our helpful tools can become unconscious habits. So even with the breath, I have to watch for that when I'm using my Ujjayi to manage my experience. And sometimes I have to let the experience be. So right away, your focus on breath is your first practice of balancing your effort with your ease. You can take an advanced level of relaxation to allow the belly to expand, the ribs to move with the breath. And if you haven't consciously breathed in a way that bellows the rib cage, it will have stopped moving, so no expectations to feel big movements. We'll just start to wake up the muscles around the ribs, the abdominals, the intercostals, by stretching the breath, by lingering on the exhale. A few more moments in breathing practice. And if you were not using Ujjayi breath, start to turn on the soft Ujjayi whisper. This will help you to capture and channel the energy created by the physical yoga poses. As well as help keep your mind in the practice when the mind wants to flee the body. Breath is home. Just guide your awareness home. We'll come into a seated side bend. Really, any leg position is fine. If you'd like to come into a variation of square pose, you'll either cross your shins or stack your shins. Right in front or right leg on top. Side bend to the left. Right arm crossing ear. This group, you all know different arm positions and side bend. If something serves your shoulder and neck better today, you can move your right hand to the right or keep it on your right thigh. Those are all fine. Inhaling to lift your chest up a bit. Exhale, relax the neck a little more. Peel your left shoulder away from your head and neck. Turn on those muscles that pull your shoulder blade down and pull your heart out towards your left fingertips. Yes, like that. Good. Huge breath into the right side body, wherever you're feeling the traction the most. Expand it a little more with your inhale. Exhale, pin your right hip down and let that start to pull your spine back up. Your head follows. Spinal twist. Again, cross-legged seat is fine, or some of you will move into half lotus, right heel, left hip. Twist to your right. On the right side body that we just expanded, keep that expansion. Use it to get taller as you breathe in. And you start to wring it out as you breathe out. Wringing out the soft tissues. If you're feeling any grinding in the spine or pelvis, back out. Use the expansion of the rib cage on inhale, the squeezing in of the belly on exhale to wring out the soft tissues. The muscles, the glands, the organs. Your breath makes space between the bones, not wringing those out. We're expanding. One more breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Change the cross of your legs. If you're choosing square pose, then the left foot is in front now or stacked on the right. Side bend over to the right side. Arm position on this side might be different from first side. Usually left shoulder, right shoulder are having different experiences. So honor that. I think I've told you this story before. When I went to a yoga class, a restorative class, when my shoulder froze, hoping to get some gentle healing. And the class, even a restorative, involved a lot of shoulder movement that I could not do. And without hurting myself and being in that space, that healing space with my breath, by the end of class, I'd gotten my movement back. I didn't have to do anything to fix it. I just spent the hour being with it. I make it sound easy. It was very frustrating. I didn't know if I should walk out of that class, but I stayed. All right, use your breath and your tailbone to pull you back to center. Spinal twist, option to come into half lotus. Those of you who did that on first side, twist to your left. So maybe you came to class today with some issue, injury, something that's just a little tweaky today. So don't ignore that area. That's a valuable place for the yoga to enter, the healing. Without the need to fix it or change it. Use every posture as a healing medicine for that area. Send your breath to that area without causing it any further pain. Give it space. Maybe in this posture, you pick an area. There might be several. Pick one that's talking to you right now. Give it 3 more breaths. And come back to center. Coming onto your back for twisting abs variations. If you have a block or a cushion to hold between your legs, come down with it. Variations. You might choose to keep your feet on the floor and your prop between your thighs and do the whole ab series like that, using the feet on the floor to help your low back stabilize. Those of you with the creaky low backs, experiment with that today. Some of you are ready for legs up right away. If you're using a block, I recommend holding it between the calves. If you're using a softer roll, it'll be between your thighs. Hands interlaced behind your head and neck. Whatever leg position you choose, you'll keep it for the whole series. Whatever leg position you choose, activate your feet. Spread the toes, pull them back, and press the balls of the feet either up to the sky or down into the floor. Chair pose is also fine, still active feet. Inhale, curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Press your low back into the mat. Exhale, both elbows towards the right thigh, little twist, both shoulders stay off ground. Squeeze your prop, pull belly down. Inhale, center. Head and shoulders stay up. Squeeze your block. Little tuck of tailbone into body. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Squeeze block. Tuck tail. Though those of you with the hypermobile low backs, the grindy low backs, don't curl your pelvis. Just press low back flat. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Get the sides of the waist down onto the mat, your shoulders off the mat. Exhale, twist left. Feet are still active. Spread all 10 toes. Inhale, center. If your feet are off mat, flex them. Pull the toes toward you. Push out through your heels. Squeeze your prop. Exhale, triceps straight up to the ceiling. Cradling head and hands. Get up a little higher. Pull your belly down. Inhale, press balls of feet straight back up. Exhale, twist right. Draw navel to spine. Inhale, center. Squeeze prop. Tuck tail. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center, squeeze block, press low back flat, twist right, pull your belly down. Inhale, center, squeeze block, curl tail, exhale, twist left. Soften the belly so you can pull it in. Last piece, inhale, center, flex your feet if they're off the mat, pull your toes towards you, reach up through heels, squeeze your block, tuck your tail, exhale, straight up to sky. Squeeze block again, curl tailbone a little bit more. Some of you will touch your fingers towards your toes without moving the toes any closer to your face. Then make sure your chin is tucked in so your neck is not straining. Inhale, head down, feet down if they're up. Take your prop away. Take 3 breaths into your low belly. Let it move fully. So a strong core is a set of muscles that can not only engage, but can relax. Muscles that are chronically tight are weak. So we'll start to feel for breathing to those areas that are always holding on. Let's come into bridge. Knees bent, feet hips width apart. Basic bridge. Arms any position. Press your feet down. Curl tailbone up. Reach your knees forward. Essentially using this shape to open up the hip flexors, the low abdominals that we're just crunching, but they'll have to stay somewhat engaged. Your breath will have to come into the upper ribs, the upper lungs, so those muscles can still support your lengthening low back. I believe my teacher sequenced bridge in this part of class before we start standing and moving. Because when we get to our up dogs, cobras, there can be a tendency to push into our low backs. Here, I want you to create space. Use your strong legs. Pretend to pull the mat towards you to lengthen the thighs out of pelvis. Use your breath to draw your rib cage up towards your face. One more breath up into chest. And as you come down, feeling as if you could lower one vertebra at a time with your spine 1 inch longer than it went up. Lots of space. Once you're down, just take 3 breaths, any position that flushes your breath back through those spaces that we're holding on. And draw your knees into your chest. Take a few breaths to find your way to all fours. Some of you will do your rock and rolls. Some of you will rest here, continue to breathe into your low back. A few more breaths. If you find your way to all fours sooner, then you just start your cats and cows. Keep breathing. We'll add Uddiyana Kriya to our cats, cows. So continue to investigate for about 3 more breaths. See if your body needs any extra support to stay in your tabletop. Patting under knees. Adjustments to your hand position. And if you need to get off your hands and knees altogether, you'll sit and do your breath work. Or find a shape all your own. You can do it lying on your back. So even though I think you guys are familiar with this, I'll talk through a round, I'll demo a round. You are welcome to join me for the talk and demo rounds. Then I'll talk you guys through 3 rounds on your own. So to use cat-cow for this breath exercise, we'll inhale in the cow tilt, using the open belly and rib cage to fill up with breath. And then strong exhale out your mouth into calf stretch, pulling your belly up to squeeze breath out. Hold your breath out. Keep your chin tucked as you move into a neutral tabletop, which will automatically pull your diaphragm up. Those of you know Uddiyana, keep pulling the contents of the belly up towards heart, flare your ribs. When it's time to breathe, relax your belly into cow tilt. So it looks kind of like this. All right, I'll talk you through it. You're also welcome to pull your shirt up in the privacy of your house. Feeling the air in your belly is a good way to wake up consciousness in this area. And if you get to do it on the beach later, do it there too. All right, inhale, cow tilt. Strong exhale, cat stretch. Hold your breath out. Keep your chin tucked. Come back to neutral spine while you hold your breath out. Sucking the belly up into the rib cage. Reach your tail back. When it's time to breathe, relax belly. Inhale, cow tilt. Strong exhale, cat stretch. Hold your breath out as you come to neutral spine. Stretching chest forward, tail back, straight away from each other. Suck your belly up. And then relax belly when you need to breathe. Inhale, cow tilt. Blow it out, cat stretch. Squeeze your breath out. Hold it out. Keep your chin in as you re-lengthen your spine. That'll keep away that gagging sensation. And then when you've completed your rounds, either continue your cat's cow's normal breath or take a rest in child's pose. Separate your knees wide enough that your belly can hang free, soft and relaxed, receiving your breath. right, and then we'll set up for our dolphin variations. I'll let you choose your variation. We're using dolphin as a shoulder warm-up. And again, I think my teachers sequenced this before the standing and the sun salutes. So you learn how to stabilize and protect your shoulders and know when to chaturanga, when to back off, when to down dog, when to rest. So we'll start down on elbows, wrap hands around upper arm bones, lining elbows up under shoulders. If you're working with any shoulder tweakiness, you'll clasp the hands in front of you. The rest of you put your palms down, flat in front of your elbows. Hang your head, press the ground away. Lean your hips back to give a little stretch and send breath into your shoulder joint. Good. And from that breath, let that inform you if you want to move into a dolphin where your knees are off mat. And your breath might inform you to move into any of the one-legged or one-armed variations we've been learning. If you have questions, of course, unmute yourself. Once you start to feel that compression, like a burning in the shoulders, you get off your knees. Either reset to breathe space into the shoulder joint, or just give it a rest today. Those of you doing one-armed or one-legged, make sure you take the second side now. Use your active tailbone squeezing at your anus genitals, your mula bandha, to get you back out of the shoulders and to keep your spine safe. And we'll all take a moment to rest in embryo pose. Child's pose with hands back by feet so shoulders can hang. Now, if these child's poses aren't great for your knees today, find a different resting pose. You can sit, you can lie down. And if you chose an area in that opening talk to focus your breath, check in with it now. Send it some breath. See how it's receiving the medicine of your practice so far. Even if I don't remind you, every once in a while, check in. I may have some information for you. All right, find your way to standing at front of mat. Bird's wing. Palms up, elbows against your ribs. Inhale, spread upper back. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades together. As you squeeze elbows into ribs, rotate the hands out as far as you can go without letting the elbows leave. Inhale, relax that rotation. Hands will come in towards each other, maybe all the way to touch. Exhale, squeeze everything back in. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Relax your arms. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Half sun salute. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Surya Namaskar A. If you'd like to stay with your half suns, you'll skip the chaturangas. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Here's the crossroads. Exhale, chaturanga or fold. Inhale, upward dog or cobra, or rise to stand if you're skipping the full sun. Exhale, downward facing dog, or samastitihi. Down dogs hold. Half suns, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Down dogs, jump forward. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale to your heart. 2 more like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold or chaturanga. If you're choosing half suns, it'll be 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Down dogs, take a full connected breath in and out. Inhale as you come forward with your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale to your heart. Again, inhale, arms up. Lift your heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, heart forward of arms. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. By heart up, I mean forward a little bit, even if you're going backwards. Exhale to your heart, better. Surya Namaskara B. Utkatasana. Inhale, sit back in chair. Oh, yes.
I'm sorry, you keep breaking out on my practice. Your voice is breaking out. Maybe it's my computer. But anyway, if I don't hear you, you'll know why.
Okay. Yeah, do the best you can. Everyone else is moving smooth and you're choppy, so I think it's your end. You guys are cool. I mean, your computers, your internet. None of it's cool, but cooperating. All right, so I'll keep going. Doreen, just keep breathing. You know these sun salutes. Rest and breathe until your computer behaves if you need to. All right, Utkatasana. Inhale, sit back in chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Thank you for letting me know, though, because I have gone on teaching when my computer's frozen, and it's very unsettling. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Left foot. Ground your feet, then rise. Inhale. Nice. That was good, Linda. Exhale, chaturanga. Look forward slightly in chaturanga to keep your shoulders open. Inhale. Exhale. 3 breaths. Let's begin our standing series. Warrior 2, right foot forward. Eagle warrior, right arm on top of left. Hug you variation, where you put hands on shoulders instead of crossing wrists. Might be better if you're feeling strain in shoulders. Shoulder injuries, you'll keep the arms close to your chest, but healthy shoulders, keep working the elbows up and away for this variation of eagle. Archer prep. Slide your left hand to your right elbow to pick your right elbow up over your head. Right hand will rest at base of neck or somewhere in the upper back. Those of you working into full bind, you have several breaths to feel your way into the full bind. Or to come out of the pose and find your strap, you have time. Exhale, unwind your arms. Full binds, press left hand against small back as you release. Straighten your legs, turn the right toes in so your feet are parallel or a little pigeon-toed facing side of mat. Squeeze your waist, Prasarita Padottanasana B. Inhale, elbows back, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Keep your fingers digging into your waist as you fold into your legs. Tuck your chin in, look toward your belly button as you squeeze the elbows and shoulders together behind you. Just 2 more breaths like that. Actual breaths, breathe. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Optional classical Prasarita A arms. Hands are shoulder width apart between your feet, hugging the elbows together so they're in line with the hands and shoulders. Like Chaturanga, yes. And then you can push the ground away to push the shoulders away from ears. Utthita Trikonasana. I'll talk you into triangle from the ground. If you want to set up your triangle from standing, that's fine. Stand up. Turning your right toes forward. Right hand to ankle if you're low. Or maybe you have time to set up a block if you came up. Left hand to hip to spin you open, lift out of your hip. As you draw your heart forward, your right hip underneath you by pressing right big toe forward. Any arm, actually half bound, left arm behind your back, on sacrum or reaching for right thigh. You can tuck it in your pants if you want to relax your shoulder. Gaze any direction with the half bind. This is a nice place for neck release. Those of you who like to practice letting go in the neck. Let go in the neck. You really have to trust your feet holding you up. Press them into the earth. Feel them. Deep lunge hip opener. Hands come down to the inside of right foot. Back knee lowers onto the ground. Move right foot aside. Allowing your hips to sink. Some of you want to rest your elbows on props. You have time to set that up. Slow your breath down into right hip. Pelvis. And left thigh. Twisting lunge. Press back up to your hands. Heel toe your right foot back towards center. You can bring the back knee forward a little bit. So when you lengthen your spine, it's straight. Keep it straight as you twist over your right thigh. Left elbow across or left hand on the ground is fine. Or on a block. Vertical splits, hands down. Tuck your back toes. Release your head down as you spring off the back foot. This is more of a one-legged forward fold than actual splits, grounding on the right leg. Left foot is active to reach you back out of the hip. I don't care if the leg's straighten or how high it gets. Runner's lunge. Bend your right knee. Carefully lower back foot down and slide it back. Square it off over the right thigh. Your hands might be on blocks. As you lengthen your crown forward, your tail back. As you feel the two inner thighs scissor away from each other, feel your spine be lengthened by that action. Inhale. Exhale, your vinyasa. Warrior 2, left foot forward. Eagle warrior, left crosses on top of right. For some of you, this will make sense. Pretend to press the feet away from each other on your sticky mat and let your tail drop straight down the middle. Feel where center is. So back leg has to work as much as front. Arch your arms. Right hand comes to help the left elbow lift over your head. Yes, this is a tricep stretch, but as you draw the lowest ribs back into the belly, you'll feel how your arm is connected all the way down into your left hip. Breathe that length from left sitting bone down to left elbow up. Tractioning a whole spine with that length. In these quiet times, use them to check in with your area with your breath, your healing area. If you're moving into full bind, you have about 2 more breaths left. Exhale, release the bind, hands to hips, straighten your left leg. Turn the toes in so feet are parallel to each other, or toes in, heels out is protected for most of our knees. Prasarita Padottanasana C. Inhale, open your arms. Exhale, interlace hands behind your back. Inhale, lift chest. As always, you have the option to stay upright or exhale into your forward fold. Healthy hamstrings. Shift your weight towards your toes a little bit to lift your sit bones up. Those of you protecting hamstrings, tuck your tail, soften your knees, contract the bottom of your bottom. Release the bind. Optional, yoga toe lock. Hands will slide out to your big toes, or put your hands on sides of legs. Inhale, lift your heart, straight arms. Exhale, start to draw yourself through your legs. Hamstring injuries, bend yourself as much as you need so you get a sweet spinal stretch, hips even. No pull on the hamstrings. Healthy hamstrings can pull on your big toe as you press toe into thumb to help pull yourself through. Exhale, release the bind. Moving into triangle, so use your breath if you're coming up to standing. Otherwise, inhale to flat back, angle your left toes out. Left hand to ankle, right hand to hip. Using your breath to lift and lengthen out of your hips as you spiral them open to the right. Right hip back, left hip under. Half bind, right arm behind back. Or reaching around for left thigh. Or holding onto your shirt and pants. For some reason, holding something in your fingers can help the right shoulder release. Deep lunge hip opener. Both hands to the inside of the left foot, bend your left knee, aka lizard lunge. Back knee down for this variation, as long as your knee has enough padding, otherwise please leave it up. You might slowly sink your hips so much that your elbow's lower down, or maybe just your right elbow. And sometimes holding a rolled blanket or a bolster underneath your chest gives your body the support it needs, so all the joints that are bracing can soften. Twisting lunge. Come back up onto your hands. Move the left foot back to center. Move the back knee forward a little bit so you can lengthen your spine up out of your hips, and then revolve to your left, right elbow across, or right hand down. Vertical splits, aka upside down tree pose. So if that takes some of the striving out of your approach to the shape, think of that. Using the upside down of this to relax your neck and let your brain and upper structures be flushed. Good, strong floating legs. Those are intelligent bodies. Good. Runner's lunge. Bend the left knee and lower right leg with control onto toes. And squeeze at your mula bandha. Squeeze your hips towards each other as you lengthen your heart forward, stabilizing hips and low back. If that means your hands need to be up higher so you can feel everything squaring off, that's fine. Standing forward fold, step the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Padangusthasana, separate your feet hips width. And if your hamstrings are healthy and it's easy to reach your big toes, yoga toe lock. Otherwise, put your hands on sides of legs. Keep your knees soft. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, draw yourself in. And this is a hip low back stabilizing place. Use the engagement around your sitting bones and the lift of low belly. Everything can stretch from that center if it's healthy. All right, release your bind. Inhale to a flat back. Bring your hands to your hips, elbows to the sky. Bend your knees, tuck your tail if needed. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Samastitihi. Utthita Asta Padangusthasana, balancing variations. Left hand on hip. Right knee to chest or right big toe pose. All variations are welcome. Right knee to chest might mean leaving right toes on the floor. That's fine. Steady your eyes on one unmoving point. Keep your breath moving. Exhale, open knee or leg out to the right. If you're feeling steady, look over left shoulder and find an unmoving point there. Exhale, back to center. Escalator, bend your right knee. Hands take hold of your shin. Take a breath, and with a swoosh sound, squeeze your knee up to your chest. Samastitihi. Left knee to chest or left big toe. Steady eyes, steady breath. Exhale, open leg to the left. Maybe look over right shoulder. Exhale, back to center. Escalator, bend your knee, left hand or hands take hold of left shin, take a breath, and swish it up. Samastitihi. Tree or lotus. Right knee out to the side, maybe toes stay on earth and heel touches left leg. Or maybe right foot climbs up left leg, or comes into left hip. If you're in lotus, hold your foot with your left hand, bring right arm behind your back. If you're in tree, you're also welcome to interlace hands behind your back. Right hand might catch left arm, lotus. Inhale, lift heart, tuck tail. Exhale, samastiti. Standing on right foot, left knee, any variation of tree, including lotus. Scoop your low belly off your pelvis. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, samastitihi. Utkatasana after vinyasa, half for full sun. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take a vinyasa or fold. Inhale, rise if you're not vinyasa-ing. Exhale, samastitihi. Utkatasana, down dog, step or jump forward and sit in your chair, bend your knees. Option feet together, hands together. All other chairs are welcome. Good. One more breath. Those of you pressing palms together, maybe straighten your arms a little more. And exhale, fold. Bakasana or Bakasana prep, palms down. Come onto tippy toes, trying to touch your knees up into your armpits, or maybe on your elbows. Those of you playing with the arm balance, have a couple breaths. And find your way back to downward dog. Warrior two interlock. Step right foot forward. Left arm behind back, right elbow to thigh, or full bind. Interlocks or warrior twos can stay as you are, or option to move into your bird of paradise, looking down at your right big toe, stepping left foot forward, and see if you can come up to standing while bound. If you're not bound, but aren't done playing with balance poses, you can come to any tree variation you like. Birds, rewind the way you came in. Step back into your bound chair and back into warrior two. Half splits. Hands down to frame front foot, lower back knee down, straighten right leg. Either stay in your half splits or option to play in your scissors variations. Bending your right knee, hands to the inside of right leg, tuck back toes so you can lift your hips high. Turn the left fingers out so as you chaturanga your arms chest forward. You can put your body on your left elbow and maybe wing right foot out to side. Maybe lift back leg up. If you know the variation with the right leg straight, that's fine too. You can crawl under your shoulder or crawl shoulder under knee. And everyone will meet in pigeon. Scissors, you have a few more breaths to play. If you have questions, let me know. Pigeon on the back is also an option if you're not doing pigeon belly down. About 3 more breaths. Next place we'll meet is warrior two interlock, left foot forward. So if you want to take a vinyasa or a down dog hip opener or a drink of water on your way there, make conscious choices. Left foot forward, right arm behind back, left elbow to thigh. Or some of you are sliding your armpit down to your knee so you can reach under. If you want to hold a strap in your right hand, if you're learning to bind, that can be helpful. Good. And either stay as you are, your half or full binds, or step forward for bird. Look at left big toe as you step forward. It can be a bunch of little steps. Then look at right big toe as you push it into the earth and stand on it. Right. Birds, come out the way you came in. Find your way back into your warrior two interlock. We'll all release into half splits. Back knee down, straighten your left leg. Other hamstring stretches are fine too. If you prefer pyramid or sitting on the back heel, those of you who are not playing with scissors. Those of you moving into scissors variations will come into your deep lunge with your back leg straight. Turn your right fingers out. You don't have to do that, but I think it's just kinder to the wrist, a little more stable. As you lean onto right elbow, Your chest has to come forward. Your elbow stays over your wrist. You can crawl left arm underneath, hamstring injury, though I don't recommend straightening left leg. Just hook left knee onto shoulder. Turn your face to the side, so if you land on anything, it's not your nose. Look towards the front leg to the left. There you go. That'll help you shift your weight to the right. And everyone, when you're done playing, we'll all meet in pigeon. And find your way either onto your seat or directly onto your back. I'm going to cue seated forward fold to roll down into Shavasana. If you prefer to do your forward fold already on your back, same thing. If you're sitting legs straight-ish, they might be bent a lot. Using this once again to connect to your center, squeezing anus, genitals, low belly, and stretching your spine from that. Stabilizing hips, stabilizing low back. If you're in a sitting position, keep your chin tucked, tuck your tail, and roll yourself onto your back. If you're doing forward fold in the back, it looks like this. Shavasana. And if you have a spot you chose early in the practice as your healing area, start to deepen your breath into that area. In this very quiet place, ask it what it needs from you. And then leave it space again. The answer might come now, or may come as subtle clues later. Every once in a while, come back to you, come back to your breath, and feel. If you're coming up to sitting, start to move your fingers, toes. And I recommend rolling off to your side to press your way up. We say that's to keep the adrenals down regulated. Those of us sitting will press palms together. Brings thumbs against your sternum, lift your heart, or rub your hands and put them on your healing area so you can continue to get information from it. From this portal of yoga, this place where we are connected, we bow to each other. I see you. Namaste. Thank you all very much.